using your head, using your neck. No, it's going to be a pin. 1 minute, 3 seconds into the second round for Keaston Hughes, and we're tied at 6-6.
It's time for high school wrestling on the NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station. Tonight's coverage is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, Tacos Chava, Together for Youth, and Valley Tractor. Now let's head to the gym for tonight's coverage of high school wrestling on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
Finish the match right here. He does.
Happy holidays from all of us at the NCWLIFE channel. Well, winter's grip has shook us all to our core. It's cold and miserable outside, so we've come inside. We've turned up the heat and turned on the lights, and we're hoping we're going to get a little heat and a lot of light under the lamp here at Eastmont High School. It is Big Nine Wrestling, where the Eastmont Wildcats play host to the Moses Lake Mavericks. It's the first head-to-head district match of the season for both. Joining me on the broadcast tonight, I'm Eric Granstrom. I've got the old coach, the old referee, Dave Granstrom, who is very young at heart. Dad, I wanted to ask you, first of all, why do you love wrestling so much?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, it's the ultimate team sport because you ask your athletes to join together to do a number of things that would benefit the team, and it's team wins that they're interested in achieving, not only for themselves but for the team.
Yeah, well, and it's built on individual performance to make that team thing happen. Well, I'll tell you, you talk about head-to-head matchups. I was talking to you about this match last year, came right down to the final bout. And it's interesting how they draw it now. They've been doing that for a number of years. We're going to start at 157 pounds tonight, so we'll finish at 144. And that's almost exactly where they were a year ago, where it came down to the final bout with a Moses Lake pin to win at 39-36. And I'm hoping for something like that tonight.
Right. That's always exciting when it comes. And as I was saying about the team effort, sometimes you have to ask a wrestler to wrestle a weight up. You have to ask a wrestler to lose an extra 3 pounds to go down. And sometimes you have to tell a freshman, if you don't get pinned, you earn the team the difference between a pin and a loss.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can win or lose a minor decision, that's 3 points as opposed to 6. That's a huge difference.
Yes, it is. And it all adds up at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're early in your season, you being an old coach, talk about what you expect from your wrestlers. You're only a few weeks into practice.
Fundamentals. You try and see, and you want to see on the mat what you drilled and turn out. Fundamentals. How to counter this, how to counter that, what to do when the person does this to you, and how you respond.
Well, we just watched the ladies out here, and we didn't see a lot of responses from, Eastmont as they took it on the chin here. We'll look for something a little different here from the boys.
Yes, most definitely. Right.
So it's Eastmont, it's Moses Lake, and we're going to talk to Tyler McGee, the head coach for Eastmont, coming up and see how those early weeks have gone as far as practice is concerned as they get ready for the head-to-head against Moses Lake here tonight. It's Big Nine Wrestling live on the NCWLIFE channel. We'll be right back with more after this.
To name yourself after the highest peak in North America? Maybe that's audacity. But towering above is exactly what the first ever all-electric GMC Sierra EV Denali Edition 1 is built to do. With 754 horsepower and up to a GM estimated 400 miles of range, it is the Denali of EVs. The Sierra EV Denali.
Tacos Chava has something new. Customers at Tacos Chava say it's the best Mexican food around. Nachos, enchiladas, tortas, ensaladas, and introducing camarones in many styles. You'll love the fresh salsa bar with so much selection. Are you ready for Tacos Chava? Find them at 2 great locations, the Wenatchee Valley Mall and Eniac. Tacos Chava, tan delicioso.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on an efficient CR-V hybrid, spirited Accord hybrid, sporty Civic hybrid, and the all-electric Prologue. Don't wait, turn your dreams into reality with a new Honda, named KBB.com's best overall EV and hybrid brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Pre-match show continues here on the NCWLIFE channel as we get ready for Eastmont and for Moses Lake. Tyler McGee joining us now. Well, Tyler, you guys had, about 3 weeks worth of practice so far?
Yep, we're on our third week, so.
How's that been going? You guys had a tournament last weekend. This is your first head-to-head matchup. How's the practice been coming?
Practices are going well. We've got some hard workers in there. We definitely need to pick up the pace in practice, kind of build up the endurance, but we're doing well. We had our first tournament, had a thin team, still working on trying to get everyone in the right weight class and trying to get everyone eligible, and so I think we'll continue to build stronger as a team as the season goes on.
Well, last year we were just talking before you came out about how this was an amazing match last year, came right down to the final bout, which we hope for that kind of thing again tonight. But talk about this matchup with Moses Lake. I mean, one of the premier organizations in wrestling in the state of Washington.
Yeah, Moses Lake is a tough team, and they're going to continue to keep getting better, and we just got to keep matching them. And so hopefully we'll be able to kind of duplicate last year, do a little bit better. We do have a young team. We've got some freshmen on the lineup, so it's going to be a good experience for them, good learning opportunity. So hopefully they can wrestle tough and save some team points or be able to catch some team points. And then our more experienced wrestlers, hopefully they can capitalize and get some more.
Well, you got some guys back this year that had that state experience a year ago. Talk about those guys, and I'm sure you lean on them to kind of lead.
Yeah, definitely. We got Ricky, Dax, Jacoby, Randy, a lot of our heavyweight, and so we've got Nelson. I mean, there's a lot of really good wrestlers out there, and so trying to help them lead in the mat room and be good examples for some of these younger wrestlers. We do have some other seniors that came back, and Kobe, so hopefully He'll be able to perform and do well today too.
Well, best of luck here tonight, and most importantly, keep everybody healthy.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, there you go. Tyler McGee joining us here on the pre-match show. We'll come back and talk about the head-to-head matchups in this one, and we'll start at 157 pounds, work our way back around to 144. We'll talk about those matchups when we continue. Here from Eastmont High School, it's the Wildcats, it's the Mavericks. Coming up next, Big Nine Wrestling on the NCWLIFE channel.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
At Coldwell Banker, their people, their company are cut from a different cloth. They see, hear, sense, and feel things that other people don't. They have a unique appreciation for the thing called home. Because of this dedication, Coldwell Banker has thrived for over a century. This is why they are ranked #1 on Agent Trust. Coldwell Banker. They do real estate with higher standards and have been guiding people home since 1906.
This is the time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant, they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's. Our place or your place. Our family is here for your family.
Let's go to Hawaii for the holidays.
Here's an easier idea. Enjoy Abby's classic Big Hawaiian Pizza this December. This delicious tropical and giant pizza is at a special holiday price. And when you gift an Abby's gift card, we'll give you a present too.
Tune in Monday through Friday at 5, 6, and 10 for the NCWLIFE Evening News, or go to our website at ncwlife.com, or you can visit us on Facebook. North Central Washington, the NCWLIFE channel has you covered.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
Welcome back here on our pre-match show on the NCWLIFE channel. They said the match was going to start at 7 o'clock on the dot. Well, it's 7 o'clock on the dot, and we don't have a team on either side of the mat here. So it looks like, Mr. Granstrom, we may be telling stories here until we get ready for the match tonight. By the way, our broadcast brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling in Wenatchee. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Give them a call today at 509-662-6842. They're on the web, too, at alpineair.net. Well, we can talk about this matchup here. They'll be coming out and doing a little warming up and things like that here momentarily. I'm not sure exactly what the holdup is, but we'll talk about the matchups here between Eastmont and Moses Lake. As I mentioned, both were involved in tournaments last weekend, so no head-to-head record as of yet. This is the first Big Nine tilt for both coming into the match tonight. And interestingly, it is harder, and you'll attest to this, Coach, that the hardest weights to fill are the lowest weights, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of times the coach will have to send his team to the hallways to try and recruit to find somebody to fill that 108-pound bracket.
Yeah, so the 106-pound weight here tonight is a forfeit for both teams. So right. I guess both teams get 6 points in that.
I guess that's the way it works.
Seems more appropriate to me to just no points awarded because neither team could field a wrestler. So.
Well, see, it's 106 now. Back in the day, it was 101.
Right, exactly. 113-pound match tonight for the Eastmont Wildcats will be Ashton Rowland, a freshman, and he'll go up against Ian Garza, who is a junior. A lot of experience for Garza. Roland, we know nothing about, but sometimes that could be a good thing.
Well, yes, it can. And sometimes that junior might look past that freshman when he sees that he's a freshman. Oh, here they come.
Here's the Eastmont Wildcats taking the mat before our bout here tonight as Eastmont rounds the ring here. Let's talk more about the matchups. 120 pounds for the Wildcats will be Jordan Hurtado, a sophomore, against another sophomore for Moses Lake, Brian Naranjo. 126 pounds will be a forfeit for Eastmont. Cruz Hernandez will get the win by forfeit. And honestly, Cruz Hernandez is one of the best wrestlers Moses Lake has. So I guess you're probably looking at 6 points whether you had somebody wrestling against him or not.
Yeah, that could well be. You know, I was thinking about these freshmen and sophomores. We have no idea how much they freestyle.
Yeah, right.
And
how
much
club
forth.
Wrestling and everything else.
Right.
126 pounds for Eastmont will be Kobe Cervantes, a senior, going up against the sophomore for Moses Lake, Dwayne Zamora. A forfeit again at 138 pounds for Eastmont. Drayden Gaither will gather the forfeit here. And Gaither, by the way, off of last year, he took, he's ranked 12th in the state at 132 pounds a year ago. And he's up to 138 pounds this year. And that's kind of typical where you have a kid that goes from a sophomore to a junior and will gain a little weight between those 2 years in high school.
Absolutely. And that might have something to do with how long he spends in the gym.
Yeah, very well so. Yeah, it's not about fat. It's about muscle, and muscle weighs more than fat.
Yes, absolutely.
We thought we may have a forfeit at 144 pounds, but no, we'll have a match here as it'll be a freshman for Eastmont, Mario Vivanco, going up against a sophomore, Trenton Vasquez. So Vivanco and Vasquez in that matchup at 144 pounds. 150 pounds for Eastmont. Another freshman, Giovanni Keene, will go up against a junior for Moses Lake, and he's a good one too, Ian Anderson. Nelson Nygaard will wrestle at 157 pounds for Eastmont. He's a junior against Connor Brosnahan, a sophomore for Moses Lake. The Wildcats will send out Jacob Mercado, a sophomore, at 165 pounds. Jesus Garcia, a junior, will wrestle for Moses Lake. Dax Dixon, boy, he is something else, and he was ranked 10th at the end of the year last year. He picked up a big win in just 44 seconds in this match a year ago. And so Dax Dixon looking for good things his junior year. He'll go up against Ethan Huntley, a senior. Randy Benner is a senior. He's a 190-pounder. He'll go up against Malachi Town. That should be a good match. A couple of seniors there. Peyton Curry is at 215. He's a sophomore going up against another sophomore in Eli Anderson. And our super heavyweights are 285-pounders. Ricky Kalunga Jr., a senior for Eastmont. And Ricky coming off of a season ago where he was hoping for a little better. He finished 8th in state. He was 37-8 on the season. Ricky Kalunga definitely has that taste in his mouth where he wants to do a little bit more this year for the Wildcats. Meanwhile, Moses Lake will counter with Christian Ramos, who is just a sophomore. So those are the matchups here for tonight. And looking forward to this one. Brian Landis, by the way, will be our official here for tonight's contest. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Abby's Pizza. For more than 50 years, Abby's has proudly served the Northwest with toppings to the edge, 100% real cheese, and freshly rolled dough. Order online at abbys.com. We will take a break and come back and get you ready for our first bout of the night, which again will be at 157 pounds as they do that draw out of a hat right as they finish up the weigh-ins. And so we will have that first bout coming up next here on the NCWLIFE channel.
NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 14. Join your host Mike Mitchell and his special guests as they explore some of the most exciting fisheries BC has to offer. BC Outdoors Sport Fishing TV. Check your listings for airtimes.
You're watching a Big Nine wrestling match here tonight. Ricky Kalunga Jr. is reading a little oath, if you will, for both teams as far as sportsmanship and making sure they play by the rules here tonight for the match. So they're finishing that up. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Apple Valley Honda. Test drive a new Honda today at Apple Valley Honda in East Wenatchee. They're committed to preserving the environment, not only with fuel-efficient vehicles, but also with other eco-friendly actions and alternatives. Along with Dave Grandstrom, I'm Eric Grandstrom. Yes, father and son. Yes, old wrestlers back together again. Marion took a pretty cute picture while we were in the commercial break there of Dad and I tied up on the mat, getting ready to throw down. I don't know if I got down, I'd never get back up, Dad.
Me either. No, they'd have to have the wheelchair come out.
Yeah. Dad is so am I, by the way. Our whole family, as a matter of fact, graduates of Cedar-Woolley High School. Anybody who's been around wrestling for any time at all, aside from the prowess of Moses Lake High School, has probably heard a little bit of something about that school in western Washington in Skagit County that was the hub for wrestling for a long time. But for both of those programs, Cedar Woolley and for Moses Lake, it's been a while since they've had that stature as far as the state is concerned.
Boy, yes, you were going over the statistics on that, and it's really kind of sad in a way, because that used to be at the state tournament, the big head-to-head.
Yeah, right. Sumner is the defending state 4A champions. Neither of these teams saw the top 10 as far as the team scoring was concerned. Of course, Moses Lake, coming into this season, has 18 team titles, 71 individual champions. But for the Mavericks, it's been since 2020. So it's been a little while since they've had somebody top the podium in Tacoma.
Right. That's very true. Very true.
So our first match is going to be Nelson Nygaard, the junior for Eastmont, against Moses Lake's Connor Brosnahan. He's a sophomore. 157, our first bout of the night. Thanks for watching us here on the NCW Life channel as we are underway under the lamp. Although they got the lights on the far side of the gym here. It would be nice if they turned those off so we could really get the full effect of the lamp here. But, we'll just put up with it. I guess you got to have safety for the fans, right?
Oh, I guess. Right. Well, they don't want somebody to fall down the steps.
Well, yeah. I was hoping they could turn at least half those lights on.
I know it.
Beautiful move here on the attack by Nygaard. But good counter by the wrestler from Moses Lake, Brosnahan. Yep. And we're going to get a throw. You got to be careful. And it is Nygaard that gets the takedown. And we'll get some near fall points.
What a counter. What a counter.
That's all about weight distribution and power right there.
Right.
It's simply said. So it's Nygaard that has the near fall points right now on Brosnahan, and he's looking to finish this one up early for Eastmont. We talked about how Eastmont has 3 forfeits tonight, so they're going to have to make up those points somehow, and they do here with 6 points in a pin for Nygaard. And just 45 seconds into the match. So 6-0 Eastmont. Jacoby Mercado will now take the mat for the Wildcats at 165 pounds. The sophomore will wrestle against the junior for Moses Lake, Jesus Garcia. Again, 165 pounds. And, similar last year, Dad, in this match, it was pin or be pinned, back and forth between the two sides in that match a year ago.
Well, this is off to a start just like the girls.
Yeah, pin. That the girls match. I think was there a decision or was it all pins?
It was all pins.
Yeah, it was all pins or forfeits.
One only went to the third round.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And then finished with a fall.
Right.
Pin fall. Which do you prefer as far as the nomenclature is concerned?
No, wait. On SmackDown, it's
a pin.
Yeah, on Friday nights.
Yeah. That wrestling as opposed to wrestling.
Right. That starts with an R. Not a W.
Not a W. Okay.
Nope.
So they had an issue at the scores table, and we've got a screen down here. I don't think they started the clock on that last match. I just threw out 45 seconds because I didn't see the clock move at all. So they're trying to get that rectified here at the scores table. They've got a big screen that's set up here, too, next to the mat.
That has a clock in the middle, too.
Right, which should be tied into everything here, but...
Well, you'd think so.
You just don't know. Yeah, okay, so they just told me back in the studio that the clock has not moved in our connection to the actual score table here, so they're trying to get that rectified. It'll give me a chance to remind you our broadcast tonight brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy, Aquatherapy, Sports Biomechanics, Orthopedic Physical Therapy, Orthotics, all you need to keep moving. Find them online at biosports.net, open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
I think I'll go tomorrow.
I was talking about this in the past of matches that we've done, and being old wrestling fans and wrestlers ourselves and coaches and things like that. It's impossible for me to watch a match and not move my legs and not torque my torso and try to do the moves for them out there, even though I'm sitting in a chair.
I know. I'm glad that the camera's not on us. We're breathing around here.
Yeah.
I could sprain an ankle, for heaven's sake,
just
sitting here. Right.
Yeah, exactly. You got to keep your space clear about your feet.
Right, absolutely.
Well, they are still having some issues with the score clock here. And I don't know, other than keeping it on a phone, if they've got any kind of backup here or not.
Stopwatch.
Yeah, well, nowadays you have that stopwatch on your phone.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot.
But that gets a little tricky when you get an injury timeout, because there's, 5 minutes on the injury clock that you got to keep on a separate phone at that point. And then also that doesn't help us as far as calling the match is concerned, because we would have no idea how much time is left.
No. Well,
other than if they do the old trick where they send the kid out with a rolled-up towel with 30 seconds left to tap the official.
Right. Well, actually, that's too bad that they don't do that.
Well, I did see a rolled-up towel over here on the scores table,
well,
just in case.
They throw it out there.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
How many, over your years of coaching, officiating, how many matches, and then just being a fan of watching wrestling?
Oh, brother.
How many matches would you say you've seen?
Oh, Eric, I have absolutely no idea.
It's got to be tens of thousands, isn't
it? It's got to be way, way up there, because oftentimes when refereeing, you do the JVs and the varsity both.
Right.
So, and a lot of times the JV matches back, once again, when the world was young, they would have extra matches besides the weights. So, to give the kids some practice.
Right. Now, what's interesting here, just to interrupt real quick about the clock, is it worked during the girls' matches? So
sure.
I'm not sure.
There it
okay,
goes.
there it goes.
It's working fine.
All right. Maybe just a reboot is all
I
needed.
suppose.
So 165 pounds, Jacoby Mercado for Eastmont, Jesus Garcia for Moses Lake.
These are two lean young men.
Mm-hmm. Feign of a single leg by Mercado, and then
nice.
Right there is, Mercado gets the takedown for Eastmont, going quickly, trying to get the far side cradle. We saw that a lot in the girls' matches as well tonight, with Eastmont wrestlers looking for that far side cradle. So, you kind of have a tendency to show what your coaches teach you in practice.
Right.
Apparently the coaches for Eastmont like that far side cradle. Well, he got it well here, but a good job by the Moses Lake wrestler to kick out of it.
Right.
As Garcia is able to free the hands. They will give a 2-point near fall to Mercado. See, he's up 5-0. And then watch your weight here. Mercado did a good job of hanging on for dear life there as the Garcia picked him up.
Mm-hmm.
Now trying to, he's got the cross face.
He's still looking for it.
Mercado, he's still looking for that far side cradle, isn't he?
He's locked up.
But he's also, watch your balance.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll put the knee in. Looks like he might have a little bit better hold this time, but can he pin him?
No.
Garcia
kicks
out of it, and it will be near fall points. We'll see how many.
3.
It's, he held up 4 fingers. I don't know if they changed the scoring or not.
No.
It's a 3-point near fall. 9-0 the score, as Jacoby Mercado leads it for Eastmont over Jesus Garcia of Moses Lake with 13 seconds left in this first round. Again, 2-minute rounds.
Watch
3
out.
rounds.
Got a counter.
In the bout. The Moses Lake wrestler was coming up. Here comes the towel boy. We were just talking about that. And they're going to give a 1-point escape to Garcia. So at the end of the first round, it will be 9-1 in favor of Mercado. Well, we'll see what kind of move Mercado has from the bottom here.
Right, yes, he's starting down.
Of course, the old days, Spud Wally would give you extra laps right away because you don't have your front of your ankles flat to the mat.
Right. Absolutely. Basics.
Yep.
But then on the other hand,
it's a different world today, too.
No one seems to ride by the ankle anymore.
Well, that's true.
Pick it up and flatten them.
Yep.
There we are.
Nice throw away. Yeah, nice job by Mercado there to just
he
throw
likes
him by.
that cradle. There he goes again.
Right to it without delay. And 1.5 minutes left in the round here. Let's see if Garcia can kick out of it again. Does a good job hand fighting and then kicking. And that's what you want to do is scissor your legs so you got both legs kicking against that arm.
Exactly, and then feel the hands.
And now going with a near side half. And Garcia, pretty good job of getting out of that 3-point near fall.
For what?
Well, that was back when he had the.
Oh, yeah. All right.
15-1 now. And a pin. So Garcia apparently ran out of gas there, and Mercado will pick up the pin for Eastmont. Well, we talked about the forfeits. You picked up 2 forfeits in the first 2 matches.
Right.
So it's 12-0 Eastmont in the team score. And that is, let's see, minute 4 in the second round. So 3:04 in the match on the fall for Jacoby Mercado. That'll bring us up to 175 pounds. Dax Dixon for Eastmont, the junior, against Ethan Huntley, the senior, for Moses Lake. This should be an interesting one here. Dixon quickly goes for almost a toe pick, if you will. So Huntley for Moses Lake, Dixon for Eastmont. Dixon again gets in tight and gets the single leg and will get the takedown for 2 points. The official keeps showing more fingers than a 1-point escape for Moses Lake. He keeps showing more fingers than what the points are allowed.
They give him 3 for takedowns.
I'm not sure what point system
that's
they're given here.
They must be doing it because that's every time we've seen it.
Well, he gave 1 to the Moses Lake wrestler.
Right.
I thought.
Yeah,
okay, it's 6-1 now. So that's the difference between last year and this year, if in fact they have changed the point system.
Right.
And maybe they have.
Evidently they must have.
All right, so meanwhile, it'll be near fall points, if not a pin here for Dax Dixon. He's got him.
Yeah.
And it'll be 57 seconds into the match. So right there, in 3 matches, Eastmont has made up for their forfeits that'll come later in the night.
Right.
So 18-0 the team score, as Randy Benner will now take the match at 190 pounds. The senior will go up against another senior in Malachi Town for Moses Lake. Singlet for Town, a little different than his teammates.
Right, I wonder
with
why
a light-colored singlet.
I wonder why he's white.
I'm not sure. Forgot the other one at home, maybe?
Or do they have a white one for the team captain?
Well, that could be. We'll have to watch that. They had, 3 team captains out for the coin toss before the match.
I didn't see him out there.
I didn't see him either. But he is a senior. So
yeah, he is.
Malachi Town working against Randy Benner in this 190-pound match. So far, 3 matches in, 3 pins, all by Eastmont. Both wrestlers kind of feeling each other out right now. And nice single leg by Town, looking to step through, and he does for the takedown. So the official says 3, and the scoreboard says 3. So, okay, we got a different scoring system.
Right.
Okay, forgive us, folks. We're old school here.
Right, yeah.
So you got 4-point near fall and 3-point near fall, 3-point takedown. But I think the escape is still just a point, right?
Evidently.
Okay.
We've seen several of those.
Town trying to work on Randy Benner here. Benner with a good base. Hasn't really done much from the base. Waiting to see what Town wants to work as the top man here.
Oh, here he
25 seconds left in the first round. This first round for these weight classes, 190 pounds, both wrestlers probably doing a lot of just feeling who might have the strength advantage.
There's a lot of that going on, you bet. Oh,
here's a stand-up by Benner, and then quickly the souffle move by Town, and that's going to be the end of the first round here with Town on top 3-0. Good match so far, and we're going to have a blood timeout possibly. Benner will head to the side of the mat, and they'll have to crank up the injury clock.
I'll bet, evidently he's got a bloody lip.
It could happen with that souffle move that Town made, flipping him over.
That could well have been.
I called that a souffle. I don't know if that's... It's souffle in that wrestling with an R.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Our broadcast tonight here on the NCWLIFE channel brought to you in part by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call 509-662-6842. So they kept a clock somewhere on the 5-minute injury timeout.
Sure.
That was probably about a minute is all. So now they're giving the wrestlers choice. And before the match, they toss a coin, and wrestler says red or green. And that determines who has first choice in the second round as you go through the match.
Right. In this case, the Eastmont wrestler deferred, so it became the other fellow's choice.
So Town chooses down, and boy, is he a quick worker. That's a speedy 190-pounder, and he's going to. He's looking good so far on getting the reversal, and the official finally says yes, reversal, and okay, 2 points on a reversal, Dad. So that's still the same.
That's still the same.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was he sat out, turned in, then turned out, and there he was.
Yep.
Got the reversal.
And that's a great lesson for anybody else, you know, whatever your experience on watching this match and watching that particular wrestler in Malachi Town is that learn from that. Do that. Try it in practice.
Absolutely.
The more you move, the better your chances of getting out of whatever situation you're in.
Both these wrestlers are pretty darn fast for their weight.
Yeah. Under a minute to go here in round number 2. It is Town leading Benner 5-0 here in this 190-pound match. Again, we started at 144, working our way up and then back through. We'll finish at 150 pounds. I said 144 in our pregame. 150 will be our last match. 32 seconds left in this second round. Eastmont leading in the team score, but Town trying to put Moses Lake on the board for the first time here in the match tonight. It was Moses Lake beating Eastmont last year on the final bout of the night, getting a pin. And here's another throw, and they're going to say a dangerous move, possibly. Yes.
Yep.
In fact, they're going to say 1 point.
Yep. You can't do that.
You can throw, but you have to be concerned about the safety of your opponent.
Yes, exactly.
In that regard.
And his upper body hit the mat before his knees. So that's definitely a penalty.
Especially in today's day, whether it's wrestling, it's football, whatever the case, they're very concerned about the head.
Always.
And about concussion protocols.
Yes, absolutely.
Good job by Benner to spin in, but Town is able to cover, keep the hips covered. Now Benner got to his feet, and that's going to be the end of round number 2. And the lead for Town is 5-1 over Benner here in this 190-pound match tonight on the NCWLIFE channel. Along with the old coach and referee Dave Granstrom, I'm Eric Granstrom. Yes, we are related. And if you couldn't tell that in our pregame show, I posted a picture of us from a few years ago when we did a Wenatchee match.
Oh, I'll be darned.
And I had Randy Rhodes chimed in. He says, so is he your brother? We actually were accused of being brothers at a ice fishing festival up in Molson.
I've aged since then.
Not much. You can't tell me you're 81 years old.
Oh, boy. I feel like it, though.
Especially when it's cold like this in the wintertime.
Absolutely.
Third round action here in this 190-pound match. Town on top for Moses Lake, leading the way here, 5-1. But, you know, I mean, 5-1 is quick change.
Right.
Potential for Randy Benner. He's not out of it yet.
No, if he gets a reversal here and
gets a near fall.
Right.
I mean, he's.
And that could happen in a flash.
Just like that, he could take the lead, for goodness sakes. 1 minute, so halfway through the third round, and we're going to get a stall warning against Eastmont.
Right.
And this is the point, especially early season in these matches. If you get in the third round and midway through the third round, every muscle fiber is on fire right now.
Absolutely.
You feel like someone, well, you have been carrying your own weight and then your own weight again on top of you.
Absolutely.
Under a minute to go here for Randy Benner.
I think that could be showing here.
Yeah, well, and you get muscular individuals like the two out of the mat right now.
Yes, and everything is an absolute strain.
Yeah, I don't care how much you pump iron. You're not used to pumping that much iron for 6 minutes straight.
No.
Power a half here
After all, this high school wrestling, it's the longest 6 minutes in the world.
Exactly. And anybody who's wrestled will tell you that probably some of the best shape they've ever been in their life is when they were wrestling.
Absolutely.
Benner has got to make a move here. He's already been given a stall warning. 10 seconds left in the match.
I think it's
Benner,
about done.
Yeah, just trying to figure out what to do with this guy on top of him, and I don't think he's going to get that solved. And he will not. 5-1 is the final decision here in favor of the Moses Lake wrestler. So that'll give the Mavericks their first points of the match. It's 18-3 now. We'll go to 215 pounds. Peyton Curry, the sophomore for Eastmont, against Eli Anderson, also a sophomore for the Mavericks.
Okay, this should be even up.
Yeah. And Peyton Curry, I have not seen him wrestle for Eastmont. He was not part of this match a season ago. Anderson was, and Anderson quickly with a toss here, but a good job by Curry to counter as the wrestlers will go near the out of bounds and no advantage gained, and whistle will come from our official tonight, Brian Landis. Wrestlers will start back in the center of our mat here at Eastmont High School. And what do we have? Headgear coming off, or we got blood? Looks like we have blood.
Oh, brother.
Coming from the Moses Lake wrestlers. So a timeout on the mat. Eli Anderson will get tended to on the side of the mat. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate. Call Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate for all your real estate needs in Central Washington. 509-888-8887. That's 509-888-8887. We're talking about the differences between Moses Lake and Eastmont. The Wildcats have never won a state team championship, while Moses Lake has won 18 team championships over the years.
Well, historically speaking, then Moses Lake has had the much better history.
Well, I've got quite a few former coaches that are also in the Washington State Wrestling Coaches Association Hall of Fame, going back to Eric Beardsley back in the 50s. I think he was the first Moses Lake wrestling coach for their varsity program in 51.
It could have been. It sounds about the time that they would have started.
Well, the state championship started in what, 53? Is that what we said?
Yeah, I think so.
Or 50. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Let's go to Cedar Woolley. 53. Yep, 53 would have been the first state championship wrestling match. By the way, I haven't read the rest of it, but sounds like they're changing things in Tacoma, where they're having regionals as well as the state championship in the Tacoma Dome.
Really?
So that's what I heard. Somebody told me that, and I was like, really?
Boy.
So they're going to extend it. They'd have to extend it to a 3-day meet instead of a 2-day meet in the Tacoma Dome, and they're adding mats to the Tacoma Dome. Anybody who's been to the state championship in Tacoma, I don't know how they can fit any more mats.
That's just what I was going to say. The whole floor is nothing but mat.
Throw attempt by Curry, but this could come back to haunt him here. As a takedown by Anderson, and now Anderson trying to finish the job. And
got a reverse half on him.
It's an interesting half that he's got. Officials got to watch the breathing of Curry, and it's going to be a pin. 1:06 into round number 1. So Eli Anderson goes from blood on his nose to pin.
285 pounds. Well, here's another white outfit coming out here.
Okay. Huh. So our score suddenly is shaved in half here for Eastmont's lead, 18-9 after the pin by Eli Anderson.
Well, now we have a senior, Eric, going against a sophomore.
Ricky Kalunga Jr. I asked Ricky during the football season, I said, hey, what do you want your name? What do you want me to call you? He goes, Ricky's fine. I said, what does your mom want me to call you? He says, Ricardo. And I said, okay. So we'll continue with being respectful to mom, but also being respectful to the wrestler. in this case. So Ricardo Kalunga.
Right, there we go.
At 285 pounds against Christian Ramos, who's a sophomore. So senior versus sophomore. And we mentioned that last year Kalunga 8th in state, and I know he wants more than that this year. And I talked to him about that during the football season. He says, yeah, things are going to be different this year.
Well, this sophomore is showing some real exuberance out there. I can tell you that.
Kalunga in his second season of wrestling in the super heavyweight classification. That they listed at 285. Kalunga, I don't think, is even 285.
No, he's not even close to 280. Neither one of these guys
250, I'd say. No. Kalunga working towards the edge of the mat here against Ramos.
Let's put it this way. He weighs more than 215.
Yes, he does. So he couldn't make the sub weight below super heavy.
No. And he didn't want to pull the weight to get down to that.
No, and that was my mistake when I finally decided to be smart and wrestle instead of play basketball. I tried to pull from 215 down to 178. No. That was a disaster.
Doesn't make it.
Kalunga with a single leg, and
there
he will cover. And he might go directly from the takedown to a pinning move here.
Yeah,
15 seconds left in the round. Kalunga's got the half in, will reverse it, and looking for the pin.
Oh, he's got it. No, gonna run out of time, Eric.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and he got it just before.
Whoa, 4/10 of a second.
4/10 of a second left in the first round, and Ricardo comes up with the pin here for Eastmont. So
absolutely
1:59 the time, and 24-9 is our team score. As we'll go backwards, and we'll go to 106. But that's a forfeit for both sides. So we'll see if they count that. I don't know why they got 14 on the board here. Did they change the team scoring too? For goodness sakes.
No, I don't know.
Nonetheless, we'll skip right ahead to 113 pounds. Ashton Rowland for Eastmont, Ian Garza for Moses Lake. As both teams should have been given points, but maybe they took our advice, Dad, and said, well, no points given for both teams who have a forfeit.
No.
24-14 is our team score. Eastmont on top. Meanwhile, it's Rowland and Garza out there on the mat right now at 113 pounds. Garza has the leg of Rowland. Rowland working on the head. Got to watch your knee, young man. Ooh. As he tried to turn towards the Moses Lake wrestler. Now he's got both legs. Is this where you do the worm, Dad? You just lurch forward and try to pull both legs out at the same time?
That's all you can do. Don't turn that way.
Don't reach.
Going on his back.
Yeah.
Oh.
And finally, should be takedown points. No.
Yeah, he gave him.
Oh, he gave it to him? Oh, he did. Okay, 2-point takedown and now a
reversal.
Reversal. So, sorry, 3-point takedown.
Yeah.
2-point reversal. So it's 3-2. Garza in front of Rowland here at 113 pounds.
I'll tell you, this Rowland, he's going after this guy. He doesn't care if he's a junior or what.
Yeah, Rowland just a freshman. Garza the junior. Rowland's got to watch his weight here. He's a little bit high.
Careful.
And now he finally adjusts. And meanwhile, Garza will reverse him right there at the end of the first round.
That's too bad.
So it'll be 5-2. The score at the end of one period.
See, therein lies the danger of that far side cradle.
Because it's awfully easy to just get shook by the man on the bottom.
And that's exactly
if you get too high.
That's what happened.
Referee's position for the start of round two, and quickly being spun to his own back was Rowland. Well, sometimes in the world of wrestling, you do see young mistakes.
Oh.
So a 4-point near fall given to Garza here, but Roland trying to roll him over himself. So it should be 9-2 on the scoreboard. They haven't given the near fall points yet to Garza. Now they have. Just under a minute and a half left of the second round. And again, Roland on top here, but the advantage with the single leg is still being, according to the official, given to Garza here, saying that he's in control, even though it might appear like Roland on top has the control.
Oh, I gave it to him now.
Now they will give him a 2-point reversal. So it's 9-4 with under a minute to go here in round number 2. Cross face for Roland.
Looking for that far side again.
Now sprawling out is Garza.
Yeah.
Good counter to what the top wrestler is trying to achieve. And now he got up to his base, and Roland was left almost high and dry again. Way too high up.
Way too far in front.
Roland working from the side here with 30 seconds to go in the round. Trailing it 9-4.
Here, now he's trying near side.
Well, you got your hands one way, but your body's the other way.
No.
Yeah. Well, freshman,
I guess. At least he's being aggressive.
Yeah, he is. Now, if you're Garza for Moses Lake, I don't know why he didn't grab the hips and just stand up.
I don't know.
Well, time winding down. That's going to be the end of round number 2 here. As it's Garza of Moses Lake leading Roland of Eastmont 9-4.
Now, in round number 3, with these guys at this weight, we'll find out who's in the best shape.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. We're again 113-pound match here.
Right.
Between Ian Garza of Moses Lake and Ashton Roland of Eastmont. The official looking to the scores table. 9-4 is the score on the board, but the official coming over to see maybe if he was showing like a reversal, 2-point reversal again. I guess making sure that points were given where earned.
Right.
And that was for Roland, and they were.
Yep.
They gave him the 2-point reversal. So 9-4 scores. They start the third and final round. This is going to be interesting to see how this one rolls out. And roll on is rolled to his back.
Well,
by Garza.
He threw his arm right up over his back and gave it to him.
And just like that, it'll be a pin for Ian Garza. The junior uses his experience to take advantage of the freshman and come up with the victory. 17 seconds into the second round, 2:17 into the match. And that makes it 24-20. Or now they put 30 on the board. What is the deal with the scoring here? Goodness gracious.
I don't get it.
So somehow they just gave Eastmont 6 more points.
Eastmont did not win that match.
Well, no, they didn't. But Moses Lake was at 14 prior to that on the board, and now it's 30-20. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Nonetheless, 120 pounds now. Jordan Hurtado, sophomore for Eastmont, and Brian Naranjo, a sophomore for Moses Lake. We got 3 points on a takedown right away for Naranjo. And the wrestlers will go, well, almost out of bounds.
They're out.
Well, not anymore. That's a whole new rule, too.
Oh, yeah.
If you got one piece of clothing that's still in the ring, you're not out of bounds.
Yeah.
So 3-0 the score, as Hurtado is asked by the official to face the correct position on the mat for the referee's position. Now he'll blow the whistle and they'll start once again.
Okay, armbar.
Well, yeah.
And
Naranjo has it. A little bit better protecting the bottom wrestler by the control wrestler.
Right.
On a throw there.
Right.
Just trying to bring him back down to the mats. Meanwhile, Hurtado trying to keep away from the half Nelson. Wrestlers heading towards the out-of-bounds stripe again. They'll spin with freestyle. That gets you something, but here, nothing.
No, you don't get a point. Nope.
45 seconds to go here in round number 1.
Well, he's riding awful high.
Only thing that Naranjo missed there was stepping through while he was bringing him back down to the mat.
That's right. That's right. Well, this.
I know. Being an old Spud Wally protege, Dad. You're probably looking at this and going, break down the hips first.
Right. Exactly. Right. That back in, and I haven't watched Cedar Woolley this year, but as you well know, the object was to get a pin.
That's the end of the round. Will he get near fall points? He will. 4 near fall points at the end of the round. So that'll be a 7-0 lead here for Brian Naranjo. Go ahead.
Yeah, the whole point back in the day was to break him down and pin him. That was it. And then other schools like the more freestyle approach where they didn't mind letting you stand up so they could take you down.
Right. Or get those leg rides in, up high. And
sure.
That works if you've got the length to do that.
Absolutely.
But if you don't have the length, pretty hard to get up high and throw the leg in and be able to keep control of the bottom wrestler.
Well, he's got him locked up in a near side cradle this time. And he turned him.
Yeah, gonna get near fall points at least, if not more here.
Right.
As Naranjo looks to finish up this match and bring Moses Lake even closer.
Kicked out of it.
It'll be a 4-point near fall for Naranjo. So he's up 11-0 now. And now, while I looked away, they just gave Moses Lake one more team point. That's now 21 points for Moses Lake. Sorry, folks, I'm not able to keep track of what the heck's going on with the scores table.
I have no idea.
As far as the match is concerned.
Oh, now we got a half.
Got a half in and got the wrist ride on the other side. But again, the hips aren't broken down, so that makes it a little more difficult to accomplish what you're trying to do there. Under a minute to go here in round number 2. Got the half in deep. Now, if he covered the hips.
Yeah, but.
Yeah. There he goes. The bottom wrestler kind of helped him out a little bit. And this is going to be a pin if he's not careful. Naranjo reversing the half, adjusting, trying to get chest to chest here. With 30 seconds, a lot of time here for Hurtado to try to stay alive in the match for Eastmont. Hurtado just trying to keep his shoulders off the mat. That's spending a lot of energy, too, just to try to stay alive.
Absolutely.
8 seconds, 7 seconds. Can he do it for 5, for 4? No, he can't. That is the match. As Naranjo comes up with the pin. That'll be 56 seconds into the second round, so 2:56 into the match. And now let's see what they do with the team score. 30-27, so says the board here. We do have a forfeit coming up for Cruz Hernandez. So that will put Moses Lake in the lead for the first time here tonight. But we'll have to watch what they do on the scoreboard. It is 33-30. So we'll go to 132 pounds. It'll be Kobe Cervantes for Eastmont against Dwayne Zamora for Moses Lake. Zamora, the sophomore, Cervantes, the senior.
Was the Moses Lake wrestler, he was a varsity man last year, was he not?
Dwayne Zamora, yes.
Yeah,
yep.
That's what I thought.
Yep. He last year at 120 pounds, so he's up 2 weight classes from last year. Ended up with a forfeit in this particular match against Eastmont last year. He ended up finishing 7th in the state with a record of 28-19 a season ago.
Well, he probably also grew 4 inches.
That could be too. That could be too. We joked his parents back in the day. I should have fed you some cigarettes so you'd stop growing. Take down here for Zamora.
Yeah.
Good looking kid here on the mat for Moses Lake. We should mention too that we do have plenty of Moses Lake fans that are watching this broadcast, so we don't tend to lean either side for Eastmont or Moses Lake when they come head to head here. We just hope for good wrestling. That's all we're looking
absolutely,
for.
Absolutely.
Zamora working on top with a 3-0 lead after the takedown.
He's going to go with a bar.
And that's the first time we've seen that tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, nobody's tried to turn him with a bar.
Arm bar, and it just keeps swirling.
Absolutely.
And Cervantes turned into him, and that's not what he wanted to do there.
He's got a leg locked up.
Yep, got the leg locked up. He lost the arm bar.
Yep.
But he still has the advantage here. Now he's going to go for the half Nelson. And Cervantes.
Yep, get out there.
Yeah, he is getting near fall points, if not more. 24 seconds left here in round number 1. As Dwayne Zamora looking for a win, looking to give Moses Lake another 16 points possibly. He's got that reverse half in well. 9 seconds left in the round. Can Cervantes stay alive? With 3, with 2, with 1, and he got the pin again with no time left on the clock here in the round.
0.
So 2 minutes into the match, Zamora will get the win and extend the Moses Lake lead here.
You know what?
To 43-30.
Looking at these two wrestlers, I would say, just like in a pregame show, when I said that sometimes you ask a kid to wrestle up.
Yeah.
I think that was the case.
Zamora wrestled up there. You think?
I think Cervantes was doesn't.
You think Cervantes really wrestled up? Okay.
Yep.
Well, that very well could be. Meanwhile, a forfeit for Eastmont in the 138-pound classification. So Moses Lake. I'm not sure how they're scoring this here, Dad. It was 43-30 a moment ago. Is a forfeit not 6 points anymore? Is that what I'm learning here?
Maybe it's only 2.
Well, they put 2 on the scoreboard, so it's 45-30. So apparently that has changed as well.
Right. I'm going to have to get the new book.
Yeah, no kidding. So apologies here from us on the broadcast for not knowing the rules. 144-pound match now. Mario Vivanco, freshman, going up against Trenton Vasquez, a sophomore for Moses Lake. Trenton Vasquez was in this match a season ago, came up with a pin. Finished the year last year, ranked 9th in the state. He's got the takedown. Under a minute to go, and he's got 2-point near fall.
Ranked 9th in the state as a freshman.
Yep.
Oh boy, he's
got a pinning move here.
Ooh.
Got to watch the chicken wing.
Ooh. Got to flatten him out. Get the hips down. There you go. Break him down. Then work.
I think we have either blood or. Yes, we do.
Nose.
Yep. So there will be a timeout. Need to clean up the mat as well. Give me a chance to remind you our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Global Car Care. Your vehicle is their number one priority. Diesels and European cars are their specialty. Pickup and drop off available too. Stop by their website at globalcarcare.net. Also by Harvest Valley Pest Control. Living healthy, local, and pest free. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet safe material around your home or office. Call Harvest Valley Pest Control today for your free estimate at 509-423-2207.
Well, they'll just put plugs in his nose. Mm-hmm.
Do they still cauterize? Is that still an option? I know that there were there was a lot of that back in my day when I wrestled in the 80s.
I don't know the
guys
doctors are doing that now or not.
Had issues with nosebleeds, that it was an option, not a great option.
No.
To cauterize the inside of the nose so that those vessels would not shake free. But
so easily.
That cauterization would eventually heal, and then you get the issue all over again, right?
Well, if you quit banging your nose. See? Or putting it in a position to get banged. There we go.
There's that. But, oh, man. But, I mean, there's a wrestler that can perfect a crossface.
Right.
I mean, broke noses, for goodness sakes. I mean, you talk about some of these former state champions going back in the day and stuff, and boy, there were some vicious crossfaces.
Oh gosh, I guess,
and Spud Wally taught us that. He says, look, you got that forearm bone, that radius, and you can bring that across the guy's schnoz, make his eyes water, make him start breathing funny, and then just rub it. Just move your wrist back and forth and just rub it.
He was brutal. He was a brutal person,
Under 30 seconds to go here in this first round. It was a 1-point escape and now a 3-point takedown. So points given to Vasquez. Vivanco got the escape. So it's 8-1 our score here with 10 seconds left in this particular round. And now we got blood again. And this time it's Vivanco. Wasn't it Vasquez that had the blood before, or was it Vivanco?
No, it was Vivanco.
Okay, all right. Our broadcast here tonight on the NCW Life Channel brought to you by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Plan your next tournament and event today. Call the Pro Shop to schedule your time on their full swing S4 widescreen golf simulator at 509-884-4653. That's 884-4653. Also by Kennedy Real Estate Group. They're more than selling houses. They're building communities. Buying or selling? Get a hold of the Kennedy Real Estate Group. They're online at kennedygroup.com. That's KENADY group.com. So only 8.5 seconds left of the first round here of this particular match at 144 pounds between Eastmont's Mario Vivanco and Moses Lake's Trenton Vasquez. We were talking about that before the match, Dad, about how you'll ask someone to get involved and ask them, do your best, try to stay off your back, and save us some team points. Well, Vivanco wasn't even supposed to wrestle. This was supposed to be a forfeit. So Coach went to Vivanco and said, "Okay, freshman, need you to go out there.
Yep, here's your chance
and do what you can."
Right. And so far, he is doing.
He's trailing at 8-1. He will be down to start this second round against the sophomore Trenton Vasquez.
Yep, get your base, and move. Yep. I hear the coaches yelling, get up.
The hollering, far side cradle attempt by Vasquez. Vivanco countering from the bottom.
Right.
Now Vasquez trying to bar him up. Make the spin. Reach across. And Vivanco tried to counter it, but ends up helping him out a little bit here, and he's in danger of getting pinned.
He tried to roll through, but he got caught halfway.
Didn't roll all the way, and that's going to be the match. As Trenton Vasquez will get the win by pin. It'll be 44 seconds into round number 2, so 2:44 into the match. And 51-30 at that point, and 150-pound match should be coming up. I hear them asking about people helping out and take garbage out. I was like, wait a minute, we still have one more match according to my sheet here.
Right, yeah.
It's Giovanni Keene for Eastmont at 150 pounds against Ian Anderson, the junior for Moses Lake.
Now, Ian Anderson was a varsity man last year, too.
Yes, he was. Ian wrestled 144 pounds in that match last year. Came up with a pin over Braden Lamb. That was the first match of the night in that wild match a season ago where Moses Lake won at 39-36.
This one's not going to be quite as close, but woo.
Yeah, the team scoring is as far as that's concerned. Anderson gets the takedown here. 3-point lead over the freshman Giovanni Keene. See, and what's fun about this too, Dad, is this early season like this, they're only 3 weeks into the season. This is their first head-to-head match of the season. You get these two wrestlers in a tournament later on, maybe district tournament or something like that. It could be a completely different match.
That's very, very true. We have a couple hundred turnouts between then and now.
Right. Staying healthy.
Staying
away from injury.
Absolutely.
And just mat time, especially for these freshmen. I mean, it's just mat time.
It is. Absolutely. Nothing replaces that. You can't watch television and get good. That's all there is to it.
Under a minute to go here. As Anderson's looking for the tip, he did get near fall points. They will say 4 near fall points, so it's a 7-0 lead for Ian Anderson of Moses Lake. Is the Mavericks going to win this match here tonight? As they lead at 51-30 on the scoreboard. And just about 30 seconds left here in the first round. And that's something, too, that since they introduced video, I mean, that video's been around a long time, but all these matches are being videotaped by the team. They've got their iPads over there and things like that. And both wrestlers go out of bounds, so we'll have them head back to the center circle here for the final 19.9 seconds of this first round. But watching yourself, too, and say, oh, why did I do that? Why did I do this?
Boy, I'll tell you, there's a lot of value to be had in that.
I mean, a coach can tell you, hey, you reached back here. But unless you see yourself do it, sometimes that doesn't register.
Oh,
7 seconds left here in round number 1. And more tip points here for Anderson coming up if he doesn't pin him, and he does. Again, with 0.5 of a second left, Moses Lake beat the clock here tonight. Aside from winning the match, as Anderson will get the win at 1:59 in the first round, and 57-30 is our final score.
Two years in a row he got the pin.
Yep, definitely so. So there you go. That's the final here. We will take a break, come back with our postgame show. Our broadcast, by the way, brought to you by Les Schwab. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle, just part of the essential safety. Les Schwab takes your safety seriously. Stop on by today. Also by Sangster Motors, family-owned and operated, home of the all-new electric Hummer pickup and SUV. By Save Mart, shop smart, shop local, serving the Wenatchee Valley since 1962. And by Tacos Chava. You love Tacos Chava in East Wenatchee. Let them cater your next event for the holidays. Find them on Facebook by searching Tacos Chava East Wenatchee. And by Together for Youth, encouraging you to dispose of unused and expired prescriptions to protect youth and the environment. Find at the kiosk near you by visiting medproject.org. And by our friends at Valley Tractor, North Central Washington's trusted equipment and rental dealer for 75 years. We'll come back and wrap this one up coming up next here on the NCWLIFE channel.
So, how's Evan?
Well, he's all grown up now, but I worry about him.
So many dangers in the world. COVID, the environment, the opioid epidemic.
Yeah, I hear opioid misuse is on the rise.
I don't even know how to start a conversation with him.
This might help. GetTheFactsRx.com. There's a whole section on how to talk about opioids with your family.
Offer support, not judgment. Cool.
Talk to your family about the dangers of opioids. Visit GetTheFactsRx.com.
The new Hummer EV is everything you want in an all-electric vehicle. It's powerful, reliable, comfortable, and will take you anywhere you want to go, on-road or off. Why buy one of those lesser EVs when you can have one that uses them for traction? Order your Hummer pickup or SUV today from Sangster Motors, batteries included.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up. Time warranty.
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, We live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from less.
And welcome back once again here on the post-match show, along with Dave Granstrom. I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. And, well, Eastmont won 4 of the first 5 matches by pin, Dad, but it was all Moses Lake after that.
But it certainly was. It certainly was.
Well, we had 11 matches that were actually bouts that were fought tonight, and 10 of those were decided by pin.
Right. That's kind of, I think, indicative of the earliness of the season. That's where we are. Later on, this wouldn't happen. There won't be nearly that many pins either way.
Well, and let's talk about that. As a coach looking at this from both Eastmont and Moses Lake's perspective, what do you learn from this, and then what do you go into the wrestling room for the rest of the week and work on?
Basics. Back to basics. Just as we were discussing during the matches, there was on both ways from both teams, there was a definite lack of defensive moves. And heads down, and simple things that you work on every night and turn out. Yeah. Heads down, failure to counter half Nelsons, failure to counter the attempted cradles. We've got to work on those things. Yeah. Basics.
And that's, you know, and you go from the school of the Spud Wally days back in Cedar Woolley, but, you know, that type of practice, I'm sure exists still today, where it's just drills and drills and drills.
Well, yes, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. I know that in Cedar Woolley, for example, when the coach by the name of Breckenridge was there, it was back to coaching just about like a junior high or middle school. And that's, you drill those things. And for example, you have the man on top on the mat, put a half Nelson on, and then you blow the whistle and they counter from there. And the fight's on over and over and over.
Well, and also, I know Spud used this, you used it. I was in several of your practices my senior year in high school when you were at Burlington, that you find the kids that do it well, and then you have them be your coaches on the mat.
Absolutely. That's exactly what you do. You can't run around and do it yourself. You take your seniors, for example. If they're fundamentally sound, well, then they work on top of the sophomores and underneath, back and forth. Right. They become your assistant coaches on the mat.
Yeah. Well, and as we saw, you know, a lot of times 2 minutes is a very long time, especially if you're trying to hold on for dear life. You got a 2-point edge or something like that, and you need to ride that guy for 2 minutes. That's where practice comes in.
Absolutely. And tonight also, I mean, looking at both teams once again, a lot of the people on top, riding is what we call it, they were too far forward. And just as you pointed out, They're not getting a knee behind them or on top of the leg. And that is a counter. I mean, that's offensive. You got to do it. So.
Well, the good thing we saw for both teams is that they do have some quality wrestlers that will do nothing but get better. And we talked about that towards the end of the match, too. These freshmen, the more time they get, the better they'll become.
Yes, absolutely. There's some real quality on both teams here. And as you watch the season go by, and I hope that people will come to the matches and watch the season go by, you'll see vast improvement by the young wrestlers on both teams. Absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dad, it's fun to get to talk wrestling, no matter what it is, whether we're home in front of the TV watching collegiate wrestling or come the Olympics or right here Matt's side at high school. Love to spend that time with you and get a chance to wiggle in our chairs as we watch every match go by.
That's absolutely true. And of course, in the Cedar Woolley country, that's logging country, so there's a lot of wrestling used to take place in the parking lots outside taverns. So.
Some of the best moves you never saw were on the parking lot.
Absolutely.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for our broadcast. I want to thank our crew here tonight, Jesse Ventura and Callie Benson on our cameras tonight. We had Tim Bernowski helping us with the setup and teardown. Dan Kuntz, our line producer. Back at the studio, Malcolm Whitehall and Ethan as well. So thank you guys for helping us here tonight. And on behalf of my dad, Dave Granstrom, old coach and ref here again, I'm Eric Granstrom. Again, the final tonight, Eastmont on top, or falling to Moses Lake by a final of 57-30. Have a good night, everybody.
Using your head, using your neck. No, it's going to be a pin. 1 minute, 3 seconds into the second round for Keyston Hughes, and we're tied at 6-6.
Thanks for watching tonight's presentation of high school wrestling on the NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station. Tonight's broadcast has been brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, Tacos Chava, Together for Youth, and Valley Tractor. Thanks for watching high school wrestling on your home for local sports, the NCWLIFE channel. We now return you to local programming already in progress.
4-3-2, and that will be the match.